Okay, hi. It's Kevin here. Now, time for a video. Someone in Telegram, what group is it particularly? What is the group? OET Premium. Somebody on OET Premium has some confusion apparently with a letter, so we don't want that. So we'll see if we can clear up this confusion. Now, first of all, disclaimer. If anybody wants to complain about the case notes, etc., this video is made, I think it comes under fair use for purposes such as comment, blah, 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 teaching. So, not for profit. I don't get paid for making these videos. Okay, so that's the first thing. So, now that's out of the way, let's take a look. Oh, the criteria, we'll be referring to those later. Now, I don't usually make a comment on photographs, as you've probably seen my correction service. If you go to theenglishnative.com, and I'll put the link below, you'll see for my correction service. People type out the letters and I can add comments and changes in the text, etc. That's what I usually do. That's how it usually works. I don't usually take photographs, but somebody sent this in. I've got a bit of time today, not so much happening, so I thought I could make a video and see if I can clear up this confusion. Okay, now first things first, Mrs. Tom Cribb. Mrs. It's Mr. Tom. It's a man's name, so we haven't got off to a very good start here. Wrong pronouns right from the start. And mixing, I can see that we have he, her, Mrs., so Mrs., his. So the examiner, this is pretty basic stuff. It's pretty basic. If you can't even get the right pronouns for the gender, then you're hardly getting off to a good start, are you? I don't think so. Now, opening, purpose. People keep asking me, about the purpose, and to which I reply, well, let's take a look at the criteria. This is what they say. Immediately apparent, sufficiently expanded. There we go. Come on, pen. There we go. Immediately apparent, sufficiently expanded. So what does that mean? Quick and precise sense. So no long-winded openings. I am writing to request. I am writing to refer, blah, blah, blah. I want you to do X, Y, Z. Create your narrative, your story that tells me why you want me to do X, Y, Z. And then at the bottom, as it says, clearly expanded on later. Usually near the end of the document, just before the closing. So purpose should be easily, immediately identifiable. Okay, so I want you to do blah, blah, blah. Then you explain during the letter why. At the closing, in view of the above, I would appreciate it if you could do X, Y, Z. And that's it. Pretty straightforward. So let's get back to whichever picture this is. Okay. Writing to refer Mrs. Cribb, who presented with a mild right-sided lower abdominal pain since 5 days. Since, what, 4 or 5 days, or a 5-day history of. Now, you don't really need all this stuff. You put this later, right, when you're explaining on the initial visit and a presentation. So all we need here is, so put yourself in the reader's shoes. I'm reading this. Oh, well, that's very nice, but what do you want me to do? Oh, you want me to assess and manage, including a CAT scan. Why didn't you say so right from the start? So I'm writing to request your assessment and a CAT scan for Mr. Cribb, whose signs and symptoms are suggestive of blah, blah, blah. That would be good. Concise and clear. Okay. So we don't really need all this about when they came and the pain, put that later in the visit. Simply signs and symptoms you want me to assess, manage and give a CAT scan. Okay, that's good. Initially, Mrs. Cribb, Mr. Cribb, presented with a very severe pain in the or his right lower abdomen for 3 hours. So he presented for 3 hours? No. The pain had lasted. So Mr. Cribb presented complaining of having a pain for the last 3 hours in the lower right abdominal region. Okay. Pain? What? The pain? His pain? We need something, an article or a preposition, or a pronoun, I should say. You could put this into a single sentence with a 3 hour history of severe pain in the lower right abdominal region, which radiated or was radiating to his groin and associated with vomiting. So you could put that into a single sentence. On examination, the lower abdomen was mild tender. Was it mildly tender or mild and tender? Subsequently, diclofenac sodium 50 milligrams suppository dose was given. Well, okay, you can use passive, but if you're doing something, why not make it active? It's meant to be clear and easy to read. Subsequently, I prescribed a 50 milligram suppository and commenced him on 50 milligrams BID for 5 days. Additionally, he was advised to drink a moderate amount of fluid with a regular exercise. Do we need a singular article for exercise? Well, not really. Exercise is usually an abstract noun. I also advised him to drink water regularly and take regular exercise. IVF and UFR were ordered. That's a bit short and simple sentence, is it not? You're supposed to be making grammatically complete sentences here. I also ordered an IVF and a UFR, because you can count those. 2 days later, Mrs. Cribb, Mr. Cribb, came with no pain or new complaints. His IVF revealed enlargement of right kidney, his right kidney, which was ectopic. There was no evidence of a renal stone or renal stones, because it's an abstract noun. Okay. On today's edit, Mrs. Cribb, Mr. Cribb, presented with a right sided abdominal pain for 5 days. What? Didn't you mention this once? Why? So I'm confused now. So when was this pain? So so we've got so you mentioned this 5-day history of pain in the opening. And it turns out now that he's presented today with a 5-day history of. See, so you are confused. You're confusing me. So right, take that out of the introduction of the opening. I'm writing to refer blah 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 blah. Okay, mini show. Okay. So Mr. Cribb presented with right side and lower abdominal pain since 5 days. Right, which has lasted for 5 days, or a 5-day history of right-sided lower abdominal pain. His ultrascan, US, revealed severe hydronephrosis. His clinical examination indicated a mass in the right lower abdomen. On RDE, a hard mass was noticed. I don't know what that is. Is that supposed to be and? Kidney was situated below the. This looks very much like case notes. This is not grammatically complete sentencing. There's some elements here. It could have been copied straight from the case notes, and that's not what they want. Additionally, Mrs. Cribb smokes 5 to 6 cigarettes a day and drinks 2 to 5 units of alcohol per week. His father is hypertensive, and He has no known allergies. Who? He, Mr. Cribb, or his father? Why have you put that there? Okay. In view of the above, I would be thankful. I would be grateful, or simply I would appreciate. You don't have to be grateful or thankful. Healthcare professionals do their job. We're not doing you a personal favour. Right? I would appreciate it if you could further assess her, him, as you deem appropriate. Now, you have to restate the purpose again at the bottom. So, CAT scan, you've got to mention it. Right? I want you to further assess and give a CT scan. In view of the above, my provisional diagnosis is, because his features are suggestive of, etc. Right? You have to put that at the bottom, as we just saw. The criteria, you have to expand, restate it at the end. Should there be any queries, please do not hesitate to contact me. Yours sincerely, Dr. Blah. Okay. So, pronouns. Too obvious a mistake. Mr., Mrs., his, her, him, she, him, her. You should be able to get that right, at least. And I've already said what I wanted to say. So, I think you need to work on this a little bit to make sure that purpose is clear, precise, concise. I mean, look, if we take a look at this, conciseness and clarity, how effectively the case is summarized. So we can see these like key words: concise and clear, precise, quick, concise, quick, efficient. So this should give you some ideas of what kind of writing style they are looking for. So not too bad. I say the main thing there is, basically the pronouns and the purpose. So I hope that helps. Take a look at this again. If you've got any questions, you can post them on Telegram, or you can write to me, info@theenglishnative.com. I'll put the link to my blog below, also my Facebook page. So I hope that helps. Bye for now.